Personally, I don't like writing. Pero as a hindi writer, yun, nahirapan ako.
Bakit po siya kailangan mag-exist?
Siguro yung situation lang ng nanay ko, no, with my father.
Story ni Leia is very predictable na siya sa akin.
So, for our podcast, we will be talking about the process of how we come up of our creative nonfiction story. We actually wrote 5 different stories under the creative nonfiction characteristics. Watch and listen, and I hope you'll gain learnings about creative nonfiction.
Dorchester C. Serunda.
By Jasmine Igayat,
Biza Ambuludto, Cleo Binasing,
Wilhelmine C. Honcilia.
Welcome to CNF Matters.
kamusta yung ano mo?
Your episode of our podcast. Naligo na.
I think yung paano ko express ng maganda yung story kasi kung paano yung flow, kung paano ko i-deliver.
Yeah. I also think kasi yung struggle din doon is you want to be creative as much, but then you also have to consider the readers.
Is yung diction, kailan i-consider.
More on,
Nahirapan din pala yung nagsulat. Akala ko tayo lang
na nagbabasa ako. Ako more on putting my story doon sa box ng creative nonfiction. Kasi 'di ba, kailangan magstay siya as nonfiction. So medyo doon ako na challenge kasi marami tayong imaginations.
Yeah.
But still kailangan magstick tayo doon sa real situations.
I think the hard part is the flow of the story. Like, how you build up the story. Kasi in creative nonfiction, you also have to consider the details. Like, you just can't say na nakita mo yung isang tao, but then you have to describe what you have seen, the place, ano yung naamoy mo, ano yung nakita mo, ano yung mukha
Pwedeng
niya.
direct to the point.
Yeah. But at the same time, dapat magstay ka na non-fiction pa rin siya. Hindi na siya magmukhang fiction. So,
The hardest part for us ng
Wala pa ako
pagsusulat ng story.
nakasagot.
Ay, wala pa! Hindi kasi, perfect ka kasi, kagawad. So, feeling ko hindi ka na nahirapan.
Since it is a true story, i-focus siya dun sa totoo talagang nangyari and then lagyan ng creativeness.
Yeah, we're the same.
Oh my God, hindi ako si Daniel Padilla. Si Daniel.
The second question is,
you want what type of writing?
personally, I don't like writing.
I prefer reading.
Yeah, same.
More on writing. But, writing, hindi ko sa fiction. Because, again, fiction, though, mas gusto ko yung mga real type na pag-writing yon, mas gusto ko yung fiction kasi yung freedom of imagination. That, ang na-discover ko nung nagsusulat na ako ng creative non-fiction, challenging talaga siya. Na-challenge ako kasi nga, it should be real, it should be factual, but at the same time, the artistry of writing it should also be encompassed and showed in a varied way. But it's fun. It's a fun experience. Especially na highly emotional yung sa'yo. Feeling ko mas...
Prefer dyan ako. Ayoko lang, ganun sinabi mo, like, hindi talaga ako mahilig magsulat. Ano ko ang pagbabasa. Like, discover ko is, hindi writer, ang hirap na yung sa isip mo, ay, ang hirap siya put into words, and especially yung thoughts na kailangan siya creative, yung mga words na gagamitin mo kailangan hindi siya simple lang.
How about you?
Ako kasi, more of a non-fiction person talaga ako. I'm not into fiction stories. Like, I'd rather read the research papers than read stories of ano. So, it's kind of aligned of my preferred writing. So,
Nadalian ka ba?
Actually, I really like it. While the process of writing, like hindi ako nape-pressure as well as hindi ko siya minamadali. Pinagana ko talaga kung ano ba talaga dapat yung isusulat ko. So,
So, wala masyadong shift na nangyari. Kasi
Wala.
leaning ka na talaga sa non-fiction.
Unlike,
So, ang akin is, mas preferred ko yung about sa family. Kasi kahit fiction and non-fiction siya is, may makaka-relate pa rin talaga. Mahirap lang din talaga siya gawing maging non-fiction. Kasi syempre, about siya sa, yung story ko is about sa experience ko din. So, mahirap siya um, pag-agawan ng flow. So, ayun.
Same mo.
Preferred genre ko usually more on adventure, no? Yung seeking for the unknown, mga ganun. And psychological thrillers talaga. Dito kasi sa story ko, I use a woman's perspective, no? Na hindi naman kadalasan talaga na ginagawa ng mga lalaking writer. So, parang challenging siya to explore na ano yung psyche ng isang babae towards her relationship, sa isang lalaki. So, I guess yun yung isa sa mga positive na natutunan ko about writing creative nonfiction.
For woman's perspective.
Siguro yung situation lang ng nanay ko, no, with my father. So, parang siguro naging impactful siya sa kung paano ko na-shape or nasulat yung story ko.
May pinagugutan
May
pala.
discovery na rin ako about sa kanya.
you are not really into non-fiction type of person. There is really a struggle into shifting
May
that.
shifting
Oo.
talaga.
Yeah. But at the same time, siguro yung one big positive discovery is that there is a creative still. Kasi yung non-fiction, the traditional type of non-fiction is known as ganito lang talaga kung ano, yung personal essays, yung memoir,
Boring.
autobiography, it's like boring. But then, nag-exist yung creative non-fiction. So, yeah, like, there is still a chance na ihatid mo yung true-to-life story in a creative way, much na mas nakakatch yung attention ng mga readers. Which is, we are in 21st century, diba? Mas gamit siya, mas suited siya type of writing. And I think that is why it exists now.
I think I read before, nung nagpa-assignments, nabasa ko na kaya naglabas or nabuo or nangyari yung creative nonfiction is nag-start siya nung parang yung writers gusto nilang kumawala doon sa journalistic restrictions of writing. Doon daw nag-start yun. And when you're writing kasi under journalism, there are restrictions, there were rules. And they wanna go over that boundaries, kaya na-create yung creative nonfiction. We remain truthful and factual, but the form of art is much more wider. Emphasize.
Sinabi nating non-fiction, kailangan, ayan yung sa example ng like personal essay, autobiography. Ganun lang siya, like, walang ka-thrill, wala siyang halong imagination or what.
Plain, black
Plain
and
lang talaga
white,
siya,
oo.
ganun lang. Tapos, hinaluan ng creative, saan ko siya ilulugar? Diba? Saan ko siya ilulugar? Yun yung na-discover ko na pwede man din pala. Pero as a hindi writer, yun, nahirapan ako. Pero kinaya pa naman.
Diba? At least you found a new skill.
Yeah. Parang ganun ba? Bakit pa siya kailangan mag-exist?
There are some circumstances talaga, yung iba is takot sila mag-share about sa, let's say, experience nila. So with creative nonfiction, mas nabibigyan ng motivation yung mga readers to also express their let's say experience or
Kasi yun na nga, it paved the way for people to express themselves through writing stories. Parang in this emerging literature din, parang nagkaroon tayo ng way kung paano natin susulatin yung stories with different platforms. I guess lahat tayo ginamit natin is online, tama ba? Or hindi na tayo in the traditional way of writing a story, paper and pencil. So,
Siguro sa creative nonfiction, personally, sa story ko, hindi siya basta-basta magagawa lang without confirmation of kasi about past yung story ko so I need to confirm about what I know and what I need to dagdag pa na information in order to give the readers a factual information, but at the same time, artistic pa rin siya. So, I think the greatest significance to the readers, to wide readers, is it opens opportunities for writers itself. Ang nagagawa ng creative nonfiction is freedom. Gusto nyong i-present nyo yung story nyo, but in artistic form.
Significance, I think more on sa writers
Yeah.
naman yung akin. Lang sa lahat ng sample or sa lahat ng stories or writing pieces na under CNF, lahat siya, there's a piece of the writer doon sa writing. Usually kasi, yung mga dating genre kasi, minsan, pwedeng magsulat ka, but then, hindi nila nakikita. Walang piece of view dun sa sinusulat mo.
Yeah.
But in CNF, there's a piece of view not detailed na talagang sinasabi. So yun, makikita nila yung directly, yung piece of the author. So not just
Not in a
yung,
boring way.
yeah, not in a boring way, di ba?
Creativity, it's openness, and it's also openness not only to the writers, but also to the readers and how they can know much more of the author.
And the veracity, the truthfulness.
Yeah.
Sorry ni Jasmine. Same kami ng experience na may dalang din kami.
Yun ang sinabi kanina.
Yeah, may pagkasim kami ng experience about dun sa story niya since personal story niya rin yon. And sa story naman ni Clark, grabe kasi yung yung description ng ng ginamit niya, tapos yung mga words. Pero grabe sobrang ganda. Grabe yung plot twist Mata pala yung laman ng box. Medyo na-shock ako doon. Like,
Paano yung shot?
story naman ni Wiza, na-believe lang ako doon sa paano niya na-insert yung love doon sa sa pagkakaiba nila since human yung isa, immortal yung isa, di ba? Ame, may utak.
Ano ba yan?
Yung kay Helmin naman, like, parang napatunayan ko dito na mahal talaga ni Helmin si Rizal.
Ala, may ganun.
I love Philippines!
I love Philippines.
Yes!
Yung story ni Leia is very na siya, predictable na siya sa akin kasi since kilala ko siya, sabi ko ay ang ganda nung pag-formulate niya kasi alam mo yun, nasali kami ng friends niya. Nasali. Binabasa ko yung part namin dito, sabi ko, grabe naman. Kasi yung kay Clark, masyadong malalim. Hindi ko kinaya. Sumakit yung ulo ko dun sa part ng story ni Clark. So, ayun. So, yung kay Wiza naman is, bitin siya. Masyado, parang gusto ko ng next episode. So, yung kay Helmin is parang, yung, naalala ko yung Maria Clara at Ibarra. So, pero yung kanya is about, nakapunta siya sa past na nakita niya si Jose Rizal. So, nasabi niya doon kung ano yung gusto niyang sabihin.
Sa story ni Jazz, very nostalgic siya and very relatable sa sa lahat ng viewers kasi I guess we have this particular place talaga na tinatawag natin na home. Tapos very maganda yung description niya kasi nga it feels nostalgic no kapag binabasa mo yung story ni Jazz. Yung kay Leia naman, it feels like a love letter for herself and her friends. Parang yun yung mararamdaman pag binabasa mo yung story ni Leia. Very maganda siya kasi descriptive siya at the same time parang warm yung tone na ginamit niya. Yung kay Wiza, very refreshing kasi talks about Philippine lore, no? While exploring the themes of love and sacrifice. Kaya maganda talaga siya basahin. Yun na katulad ng iba, masyadong bitin kasi nga may cliffhanger siya. Yung kay Helmin, very historical. Napakaganda yung setup ng story niya kasi nga related siya or inline siya sa history talaga natin. Tapos masasabi mong pinag-isipan at nag-research talaga siya about sa kung paano niya susulatin yung plot ng story niya. So,
The first kay Jasmine, it felt like nakapunta ako sa Dalom nung nabasa ko yung story mo. It felt like I was there. Dinala mo ako sa lugar mo. Story naman ni Leia, parang inopen mo yung heart mo to us, sa readers mo. Really, diba? It's very vulnerable, real.
Parang hindi mo din-show yun kanina.
Yeah, it's well written and mahal mo talaga kung kaibigan mo nun.
Yeah.
Kay Clark na story, the build up is nice. It's great. It's very well written. I like how suspense
Yeah,
it was
grabe
from
ang
the very
suspense.
beginning, rising action, climax, and then falling action. Story wise, I like the story. I like those kind of stories. May mga mata. Vocabulary wise,
Sobra.
build up wise, chef's kiss. Ganon! Kay Helmin, it's like reliving Rizal class once again. Ganon siya. Because na-unfold once again yung story ni Jose Rizal. Overall, I love it. I love everyone. I love mabuhay.
Mabuhay Philippines!
Oh, actually, wala na akong masabi kasi
Ang gagaling!
niya na. Hindi, actually, ang nasabi ko lang, maganda talaga. Like, may potential kung bigyan mo ng pagkakataon yung isang tao, bigyan mo sila ng platform. They have their own skills. Like, lalabas talaga yung ano. So, yeah, masabi ko lang is maganda, very open, very creative, and unique. Ayun, unique. And it opens the personality of the author. And lalo na if nakakasama mo sila araw-araw. And they are my classmates. And na malaman mo, ganun pala sila. The way they write, makikita mo yung personality nila na ganito yung pagkakakilala ko sa kanya. And then, as you read her stories, ako, may
True,
tinatawag.
kahit si Clark, diba,
Yeah,
very
yung
detailed
kay
yung
Clark,
story
oo.
niya and as a person, parang
parang
put together din masyado si
put
Clark.
together. Tapos, ganito. So, I think this concludes our podcast for today.
10 over 10!